Women of the Channel Leadership Network. I'm Jackie Rives, your community leader, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. This week, I am very excited to introduce one of our very highly engaged community members, Melanie Holterhoff, a senior partner project manager for Palo Alto Networks. Hi, Melanie. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Jackie. So wonderful to be here.
Yes, and I'm so excited to get to know you better. See your name all the time popping up in the community. So I'm really excited about this interview. So let's dive in with the icebreakers. Where do you live and where did you grow up if that's different?
Sure. So I currently live in a little town called Hopedale, Massachusetts. It's in the central south area of Massachusetts, probably closer to Providence than Boston, and grew up outside of Worcester in a little town called Northborough. So I'm somewhat close to where I grew up. I did spend about 11 years in Seattle and made my way back to Massachusetts a couple years ago.
Well, both are on my bucket list because I haven't been to Seattle yet or Massachusetts. So definitely going to have to check them both out.
Absolutely. I can give you some ideas.
Oh, I'll ask. I'm not shy. All right. What is a little known fact about you that you're willing to share?
So this was a tough one, but there's so many to choose from. I decided to share that a couple years ago, I used to take trapeze classes.
Ooh.
Yes. So it was a work event where we had an offsite meeting, and believe it or not, it's at a furniture store in Massachusetts that has this. And a friend and I started going. I could do tricks. I could do the release and catch and the flips off and all of that, and did that for a couple years. And then I hurt my shoulder and had shoulder surgery. So that ended my, dreams of running off to join the circus or anything. But I will tell you, it is one of the best ab workouts. Forget sit-ups or planks, trapeze.
That is so cool. I am a huge fan of Cirque du Soleil. So I'm just visualizing this wait, what? This is amazing. Oh, that is such a cool little known fact about you. See, I told you, I'm always blown away by what people shared. I did not see that one coming. Amazing. All right. Well, let's dive in. I'm really excited because you threw some twist and gave me some questions this time. So tell me why doing this Woman of the Week interview is so important to you.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, I am really engaged in the community. I try to make an effort every week to go in and watch the Women of the Week videos and the motivational minutes and have, start conversations with people. And what I thought about is I really wanted to share with the community that you don't have to be a VP or manage a team to be a leader, right?
Absolutely.
In my career, I've been an individual contributor. I've managed teams. I've changed from marketing to sales. I've gone back to an individual contributor. But it's one of those things where had you asked me 20 years ago, what do I want to be when I grow up? It's a VP with managing a team, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that you are in a leadership position, right? It's really important to have the backing of your boss, a really supportive boss who understands that you can get things done. You can deliver what they're asking you. My role now is a project manager. So I work with lots of cross-functional teams, lots of different personalities, lots of different, roles in the organization. And it's really important about how you conduct yourself and you deliver on what you're being asked by, your boss, your team, your company. But that you don't have to be in that quote unquote leadership role to be an effective leader. And I think that's what really resonated with me, is that there's so many people in this community now that, you see a lot of women of the week, which isn't a bad thing, that are VPs or senior directors. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's where everyone's going to get to and where everyone wants to get to. So I think just understanding that you can lead by example, you can lead in any role that you're in. Um, and it's just delivering on those time sensitive, projects that you're working on, and you're going to show your value.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I love that you picked this question and gave that response. It's super insightful and it resonates, right? Just as you said, not everybody in the community is going to be at that high achieving level, and not everybody wants to be.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean you don't have a voice, something to contribute. I always tell people, when I'm asking, like, hey, do you want to write a blog? And they're like, oh, no one wants to hear from me. And I'm like, if it impacts one person, it's worth it. So
Absolutely.
you've
Absolutely.
definitely impacted way more than one person just with that question.
Well, thank you.
All right. So your next question, I promise I didn't pay her to put this in here. She did it. Can you share an experience from the Women of the Channel leadership community that has had an impact on your career?
Yes. So I would say this was before we had the live community, right, where we just had the in-person events. And I had the opportunity to go to several of those over the years, but not everyone in my team could. So at a previous company that I worked for, I just would go to those events, and I think everyone talks about this after the event is over. It's like just how empowering and inspirational, and you just get so much out of it, and you walk away, you're energized, right? I'm like, I want to bring this back to my team that can't go because we don't have the budget to send 20 people. We have the budget to send 2 or 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I worked with my manager and then the channel sales organization leaders to develop a Women of the Channel in our own company.
Ooh.
So it was a group of probably about 15 to 20 women within the channel sales and channel marketing organization. And what I would do is I would set up time to meet once a quarter. Maybe it was in Zoom, maybe it was in person. And I would utilize the information that I got while I was at the events, right? So I would take lots of notes, any workbooks I could get, any workshop notes or anything, and kind of give my own little Women of the Channel event. And we actually had, before the East event one year, we all flew in early and we had a half a day Women of the Channel for our company workshop before the actual event started. And we actually had one of the speakers from the East event come and do a leadership workshop for us. So it was just awesome to pull those people together who couldn't always go, for either budget wise or timing wise, or they had something else going on, or they had to close a sale. But to really kind of build that closeness, share openly, just like the Women of the Channel events and now the community does. Plus, I got to buy really cool tchotchkes, and like I think one year I gave away Ray-Ban sunglasses as our little gift to each other.
Wow, that is amazing.
So yeah, so it was great. It was wonderful to kind of help extend the Women of the Channel community.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that you did that. I'm blown away, and just what a fantastic idea to be able to share that knowledge and information with your team and kind of extending that inspiration or maybe a new tool or tip or technique with others around you. I love that. That's truly amazing.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, congratulations to you. I love that idea. All right. Well, let's go into one of definitely my favorites because I always get some kind of good information, something new I learn every time, which seems crazy for the amount of times I do these, but I always learn something new. So, what do you do to protect or create that work-life balance?
So it's a great question. And I'm pretty sure I heard this term at one of the Women of the Channel events some years ago, is that I don't actually believe that there's balance. It's trying to find that harmony, right?
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Because some days work's going to get more of you. Some days your husband's going to get more of you. Sometimes your kids, your parents, sometimes you need more of you, right? So just
Mm-hmm.
trying to find that harmony, because I think trying to balance, you're never going to achieve balance, right? So
Yeah.
just having a different mindset about that, um, and knowing that you have to prioritize. You have to hopefully have a really supportive company and boss that understands that you have other priorities. Um, and know that in my role, I'm a global role. I'm on the East Coast. Headquarters is on the West Coast. I meet people at all different times of the day, night. I answer emails when I need to, but I also can shut off, right? So making priority of make making my son's baseball games, or lately my 12-year-old son and I do two goods, two bads, two challenges every day, because it gives us 5 minutes together to talk about his day. It takes two
Mm-hmm.
minutes, right? He's 12. He doesn't really want to hang out with mom too much anymore, wants to go get on his video games. But making that time, and that's just, at 3 o'clock when he gets home from school, I try to not have a meeting at 3, from 3 to 3:10, so that I can have that conversation with him. Um,
I love that.
and then not being afraid to ask for help, or I have a babysitter that comes to my house and helps me get the kids dinner because I'm typically on a call. But it's like, you get them dinner, they eat. I don't usually eat with them anyway, so take that time to figure out where you can spend the best quality time with your family. Um, and then still, again, you just need to deliver the results. And if that means it's working at different hours, or, you know, having your email open while you're at a basketball game, then that's what you do. But it's really, I think, having that mindset of trying to find that harmony versus balance is kind of how I try to protect myself.
I love that. There were some really good takeaways in there. With the best one being that word harmony. I really like that. Um,
I still
I,
think it was from a Women of the Channel event that I heard
yeah,
that.
I mean, either way, you're passing that knowledge wherever it came from. You're passing that down to all of our community. And I'm grateful for that because it kind of gives you a little, takes the pressure off a little bit, right? You know, what I've been trying to tell myself lately is like, okay, this isn't working. So maybe I could try this. And I'll try that for a while and see if that works. And they're just small little changes. Like I have a calendar invite says, eat lunch and go take a walk. Well, it's not
Yep.
working. So I broke them into two different meeting invites, two
Perfect.
30 minutes. And okay, maybe all I can do is eat lunch in this 30-minute block, and then I can move the other one to later in the day or wherever I can fit it.
Yep.
So I'm hopeful. And I just did this today. So that's why it's top of mind. And I was listening to you and I was like, yeah, it's okay. I'm finding balance and harmony and it'll be all great.
Yes.
So we'll see how it goes. But
Well, good luck with that. Yeah.
yes, thank you all. I'll report back. But
Yeah. For Christmas,
yeah, thank you so much.
I got a it's called a skylight calendar. So
Mhm.
you can put your whole family's calendar on. And what's great is
Oh,
that you can send a PDF of a schedule and it automatically uploads. So
oh, yeah.
it's color coded, so everyone knows where everyone's going, when they need to go. So another thing that is helping with my harmony.
Oh, yeah, I might have to look into that. I love anything color coded and
Yeah.
organized. I need a life, guys. It's okay. I get excited about organization. So, um, thank you so much for spending time and allowing us to celebrate you this week. Again, thank you for how you invest in others. I knew that I was really going to enjoy getting to know you, and I can't wait to get to know you better as we go along.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jackie. I really appreciate the opportunity, and I highly encourage everyone to just make your time to go in and engage with the community, because you will get lots of out of it.
And I didn't pay her for that either. So please do comment, share your insights. Melanie is waiting to dive into that conversation. Believe me, she will respond. Until next time, happy Wednesday.